please tell us why are you here and when did you come here and how long will you stay?
Initially, I came here. I got here on March 14th, and was fighting in Bucha, and once we pushed Russians back far enough, then I went to the Donetsk region, Donetsk area, and started fighting there. And then was here for about 2.5 months. Went back home, and just got back a few weeks ago. And I intend to stay here for the duration of the war. But to answer your first question, the reason why I'm here is for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is my family was slaughtered by Russians over in during World War II, 1941, and my grandmother was the only surviving member. And the other reason is because I'm a veteran, and I had the ability to help, and I had a couple bucks in my bank account, and I just decided that I was just going to give these guys a couple months. But once I came over here and fell in love with the country and the people, I decided that I'm going to come back and stay for the duration of the war.
I saw on your Twitter account some messages regarding your brothers, let's say, who died, and you said that there are about 40.
Yeah. We've lost a lot of men. I mean, and that's just the guys that I were embedded with. I mean, there's a lot of men that die every day over here, and we just happen to, just happen to be just guys that I know and guys that I fought with. But it's just a small amount of the men that sacrifice their lives every day over here. So, that never gets easy. That's always the tough part. But it's war, and that's what happens, and it's never gonna. It never gets easier. It's just,
And they were Ukrainians, they were Americans, they were from other nations.
Mostly Ukrainians. I embedded myself with a lot of Ukrainian fighters. There is a little bit of a mixed bag with the guys that I'm fighting with, but it's few and far between when it comes to foreign fighters. I'm not signatory with the Legion. I'm not with any other foreign force than Ukrainian. So it's mostly Ukrainian soldiers, with the exception of a couple guys that in my unit that are either from UK, Polish. I think there's like Latvian soldier there, but most of them are Ukrainian now.
And what do you think about the meaning of this fight? The Ukrainians succeeded to stop the Russians because many people thought that, in just a few days or a week, Russians will conquer.
Everybody who thought they knew anything about Ukrainians thought that they were going to take it over in 2 to 3 days. Everybody. There wasn't somebody who didn't say otherwise. So, obviously Ukraine has showed them that, this is, they're not giving up their country by any means. Listen, I know Ukrainians in New York City. They're tough as coffin nails. These guys aren't giving up their country now, and they're not going to give it up in the future. They're going to fight, until they win. It's a fact. I see them. I see it all the time. I see it every day.
What do you think about this parade of Russian tanks? These are the only Russian tanks that arrived in Kyiv.
I think it's just. I think that's just a cool Ukrainian thing. Rather than cowering and hiding, they're just like, hey, look, this is what we've done. This is what we're doing, and putting it out there. I mean, these Ukrainians are amazing. What more can I say?
And what's your message for those who want to, or to think to help somehow, to donate for Ukraine, to be involved as volunteers, to...
Well, I mean, I've seen so many people over here that are, doing frontline work, civilians, doing humanitarian efforts, like literally bringing us food, bringing us equipment, risking their lives to go to the front lines every day, but in particular, myself and this former lieutenant colonel from the United States Marines started a foundation called Ripley's Heroes, and we've raised a ton of money, and we buy all types of gear. And so this is actually why I'm in Kyiv here. I go back up and down range in between fighting, just to bring these guys the equipment that they need so they can fight like gentlemen. So it's that's critical. I mean, it gets better every day, and there's more help every day. But these guys still have a tremendous lack of equipment, and tremendous lack of training, and tremendous lack of gear that is necessary in order for them to fight the good fight. So it's important that we continually provide them with what they need.
You fought in Iraq.
Yes.
How this war is different? What do you think?
I mean, this is like fighting in World War II, and then it just went to World War I. It went from, when I first got here, it was a lot of urban combat in villages, and then now it's changed to kind of like a trench warfare, which is tough fighting because it's just a lot of mortar fire, airstrikes, and things of that nature. And any one of these mortars can have your name on it. It's become more sophisticated on both sides. A lot less ground fighting, but a lot more dangerous as well. So it's really changed since the day I got here to the day I'm here now. It's a big difference.
And this is, as I understand, this is much tougher war than other wars that you experienced. Or
this is a much tougher war than anybody's experienced in the last 50 years. It's constant fighting, it's constant battle, it's constant risk of life. I mean, this is just a different animal. You haven't seen the likes of this since World War II, and it's not changing anytime soon. So yeah.
So, what's your message for Ukrainians? Because there is a Independence Day of this country on August 24th.
I don't have to give them a message. They're too proud. They're too good for me to give them a message. These guys, they know what they're doing, and they're proud people, and everybody has stepped up in every way. And I mean, look at this. You're in the middle of Kyiv right now, and people are walking around like nothing's happening in the world because they just have that resiliency. So there's no message needed. They already have the message. They're inspiration to me. I don't need to inspire them.
And what do you think about the President Zelensky? How do you view?
I think he's a superstar. I mean, my understanding is I don't know how well received he was prior to the war, but I mean, everybody here loves him. And God, I know one day for sure I'm going to meet him one day somehow, some way, and just give him my admiration because the guy has done nothing but stepped up and taking the bull by the horn since day one. And I mean, how could you not love the guy?
What inspired you the most here? Maybe some event that touched you during the war?
Just the men that I fight with, the men that I've been embedded with. Like I said, I was just going to do this for 2 months. I ended up doing it for almost 3 months, and I was just going to go back home. And here I am. I'm back. I sold my house. I sold my boat. I sold my motorcycles. I sold all my toys. I had a pretty good life in America, and monetary value just didn't matter to me anymore after I met all these great people and fought with these guys and saw how resilient these people are and how they're just we don't have that American type thing over here where there's a country divided. People over here are just all for one and one for all, and it's just such a beautiful thing. It makes it worth fighting for.
Thank you very much.
Yep.